What is up, CineNerds?
I am JP.
I'm Ryan,
I'm James.
and we are getting into the Christmas spirit.
You guys finally picked a movie I didn't hate.
What?
You didn't hate
What?
You didn't hate Violent Night?
It was a good movie.
I do think this is a great movie. I think this is an excellent
Because as
movie.
I said in the last episode, I like when Santa Claus is Santa Claus.
So I'm going to be the one that's going to have a little bit of some negatives on this then.
Yeah, I can't find a negative in this one.
No, there's no negative in this movie.
I was pleasantly happy with this one.
I'm not saying I don't like it, but
Second watch, too.
it's
so
my
that-
second watch, yeah.
Can you be happy with anything that's not shit?
Yeah. I don't hate this one. I don't hate it. There's just there's elements
Give me
that,
one negative thought about the party animal.
one negative thought about the party animal.
If you can't find one
Oh
negative
no,
thing
he
with
knows.
that,
He knows
if
there's
you
negatives.
can't if you can't openly say it, then don't say it about this movie.
There's there's
a character named Elbow.
there's That's a positive.
That might be the only positive.
Positive.
According to you guys, it was bad boobs.
Boobs? Boobs are boobs.
You both said they're bad.
Yeah, but boobs are boobs. Quantity, not
if
quality.
if you have one bad thing to say about this movie, I want to hear 3 bad about the party animal.
Well, the thing about the party animal is all of it's bad, start to
I
finish.
want individuals.
But okay, one bad thing: he murders somebody with no repercussions.
Number 2.
Man, I'd really have to think about this because everything's bad, but I love everything that's bad about it.
I win on this.
He
Moving
falls
on.
off a turnip truck for Christ's sake.
So for once, these idiots picked a movie that I actually thought was good. A movie that I'll be honest, I probably would have never have watched.
Did we say what this movie was?
You already said the name, but hopefully they caught it.
We watched Violent Night.
Night.
You
Yeah.
did say it, so I was hoping that they were listening and paid attention. But I would have never have watched this movie just based off the title and just pure look. I assumed it was going to be something else.
Well, whenever I told you Violent Night, I assumed you probably thought it was a horror film, and
I was already I don't want to. Like I was like, you guys do that, and he was like, no, you're gonna like this one.
yeah, I actually
He was right.
I talked to him on the phone.
I went to the Cavs game last night, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch this shit after
Yeah.
the game, and I'm like, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. Fuck it. Nope, I was in it. Like,
Yeah,
I was
We-
up.
I talked
go.
to him on the phone yesterday, and I told him, I said, no, watch this movie. I was like, it's not a horror film, and I feel like you're probably going to like it.
Yeah, we did for these next couple episodes.
I love
take you
that
into
Beverly
consideration.
D'Angelo was in this movie.
Dude, how random was that too? And I forgot. Like you
And
know
she
her,
played
but
an
she's
asshole
been
so good.
Yeah, and she's been in so many films through the years. So, John Leguizamo, I appreciated him in this too. Like I was not expecting. Usually he annoys the shit out of me.
I
didn't bother
actually
me in
usually
this.
like him in movies, so
He's had a couple serious roles that were good, but like I don't like talking about it ever again. But Mario Brothers was.
I love Mario Brothers.
God,
I played fucking Luigi.
is he Italian?
Didn't have to be. It was the 80s.
He did throw a big fucking fit about that. I remember Leguizamo was online bitching about having all the people play the new roles. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he did. That
well,
happened.
anyways,
All right, so I guess
I liked how all the henchmen were different names of Christmas things.
yep. Gingerbread, Scrooge, they all had different. Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and dive into my issue.
What?
With
We're not going
this
to do
film.
first impressions.
Okay, well, first impression.
He already kind of gave his.
It's a great movie. I'd watch it again.
That's it. Great movie.
I've already basically said what I liked about
Okay.
it. I mean, I like how Santa had his magical little. It was a little magical, but it wasn't over the top.
Yeah.
I like how he was very violent, but yet had the soft side with the kid, and it was a genuine soft side. Like when they did the flashback to him being a Viking or whatever the hell that's supposed to be, I was like, oh shit. I wish they would have dove in. Unless I really missed it somehow. Like they didn't really dive into how he became Santa. Did I miss that?
No, it's
don't-
kind of. I think they leave that to imagination.
Which I kind of wish they would have touched a little bit more on that. Just like I don't need like a 20-minute. This is what happened, but just more like a 3-minute like.
Hey, I fell into a magic well.
Yeah,
or something.
like or like. Santa was like, yeah, like I was doing this and this and this and ran into Santa and he was whatever. Give me something. Explain how he became this man, because he even said, I don't even. I love the fact that you go, I don't understand how this works. Like that was great. That was great.
As I read through this, one of the cool things was that they're fully intending on doing a sequel, and it's based on the same exact night, but when he's across the world in the UK. So I guess when they want to do something based on what he went through that brought him to that bar to drink, and basically
That would be cool.
They do the UK part, and then
Considering he took time off to go to a bar and drink.
well, at the UK part, that's when Trudy and Mom are picking up Dad. And they all get together, get in the car. So that's when he was across the world. So they're trying to make it during that time, and then come to the bar
I'd
scene.
be okay with that.
Yeah.
But no, as a whole, I thought the movie was great. I mean, the only cheesy parts were the nephew, but kids act like that now, and the moron actor.
Who there's funny backstory to him too.
But
the sister, I love him as an actor.
Morgan
though.
Steele.
Yeah.
But the sister. Could you have her play something a little different than what she was in The Righteous Gemstones? Because she was the exact same character in The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
It was the exact, like, that would be my own, if I had to have a complaint, if you're like, you need to find a complaint, that's my complaint. She was the exact same character she already played.
Let him do his first impression.
I'm now done with mine, Dick.
So I watched this when
I finally like something. Don't ruin it.
I'm happy you were passionate about that.
So I watched this when it originally came out, and I loved it. My first watch, I loved it, and watching it again, I still really
And
enjoyed.
then you fucked up by watching it again.
No,
You had to go find something.
No, I still really enjoy. I said I still really, but there's a couple things I have not even major issues. It's just I feel like it was there's certain things were a little
There was no Rudolph.
unoriginal.
I mean.
There
but
was
at this
no
point,
Rudolph.
it's hard for originality in these kind of movies.
But this watch, I've still really enjoyed it. I love you were talking about the guy that played Morgan Steele, Cam Gigantant, or however you say his name. I love him as an actor. Like he played in Bad Johnson.
In this, go ahead.
He played in the movie Bad Johnson, and he played in the first Never Back Down movie. And like I don't know, everything I've seen him in, I generally always like him.
Do you know what his character in this was based off of? Mark Wahlberg.
I can believe that.
There's a line in there where he said that if he was on the plane, if I was on the plane, I would have taken out those hijackers. There never would have been a 9/11. It was referencing Mark Wahlberg. And Mark Wahlberg had to come out and apologize for saying those statements. So they tried to make this guy purposely douchey to be that.
Did you ever see his movie Bad Johnson?
No.
His penis detaches itself and turns into a person. Yes, it is so good.
On that note, I do want to watch the movie Teeth.
But no, this movie is really good. I'll go ahead and dive into real quick in my initial reactions. The things that I felt like it was a little unoriginal was this movie basically, for me, is Die Hard and Die Hard 2 with no John McClane, but in replacing John McClane with Santa Claus.
All the Die Hard references in this, it's definitely...
oh, yeah, I know.
They paid respects
so
and
I
gave
like to watch one movie instead of two. What's the fucking problem?
I prefer John McClane.
Don't forget Home Alone.
And Home Alone, yeah. But I prefer John McClane to Santa Claus. You know. But I
swear he does this on purpose.
Well, you know what? Somebody's got to.
Well, usually we have him covering the negative.
I know, right?
Did he just admit
I know. He's usually the negative one, so I figured he's not being negative. I'm going to be.
I'm fucking Switzerland. I'm usually the neutral. I'll find the good and bad and everything.
All right.
No. But we agree on one thing.
I Heart Huckabee
It's the
sucks.
worst movie ever.
Dude, you know what? We're gonna put up a poll. We're gonna put up a poll between I Heart Huckabees, American Sweethearts and fucking Party Animal, and we're gonna let people decide which one's the worst one.
Comment right now.
Yeah.
Which movie is worst? Is worse? I Heart Huckabee, Party Animal, or America's Sweethearts? Was that it?
I think it's American Sweethearts.
American Sweethearts.
America's Sweethearts.
That's
Sorry.
what I said. He corrected
Well,
me
I
to
was
American.
voting for him.
I just I don't pay attention to trash. Sorry.
No, but you picked it and watched it.
Not American Sweethearts.
Your initial reactions.
Initial reaction. The first time I saw this, I thought it was too violent to allow my 12-year-old to see. Now, upon a second watch, I feel like it was perfectly okay. I feel like it's nothing too crazy. There's no crazy sex scenes. There's no drugs. It's Santa kicking ass for this little girl because
we watched Die Hard at 9-10 years old.
Yeah. So I even told my wife, I'm like, I'm cool with him seeing this. He hasn't seen it yet, but I'm hoping he will want to this year because he's not much of a horror film guy.
But I'm not, and I don't consider this a horror movie.
No, but there's some great kills in it. There's
There are, but it's not a horror movie.
There's some
it's
outstanding
an action
kills.
movie.
I made a top 3 kills list. Like I thought that was so good.
I can tell you my favorite right now.
I know what my favorite kill is.
The star in the eye when he turned it on.
Well, that's in my list. That's second place.
That was actually really smart writing.
Yeah, that was second place.
My number one, definitely John Leguizamo's death.
The chimney. I call it death by chimney.
Death by chimney.
I think that was fucking amazing because he just does his nose touch and all of a sudden there's a bloody husk. So I thought that was great. And then my other favorite was the whole scene with the candy cane stabbing.
Yeah,
he literally kills a whole plethora of people.
That was literally like a John Wick moment with the candy cane.
That was
we all sat in school making him hit the kid next to us. So to see it into a full effect.
I was the kid getting stabbed.
I actually believe that.
Dude, I was severely bullied all the way through 5th grade, and then I hit my growth spurt. Nobody fucked with me. That was good. I got
6th grade. He had the
beat
beard.
the fuck. I was Dude, I remember getting somebody grabbed my side of my hair and my ear and just slammed my fucking face into a brick wall because I didn't know how to not run my mouth. I still had, even though I was a little tiny dude, I still know how to run my mouth. And especially the older kids who like the 5th graders, and I was a 3rd grader, man, they get so threatened by words. It was amazing. And so that was the only power I had, but I didn't know when to stop. And so I got my ass kicked a lot.
What's funny is I just try to picture him as a kid, but I still picture him with the beard. I feel like he's just always had it.
Every time I do shave and I take it down. Oh, fuck's sake. Every time I do shave and take the beard down, my wife's like, no.
That's what happened to me.
No.
My wife told me, don't FaceTime me for 5 days.
Yeah. I need stubble back immediately or I can't look at you, is what I get. So, yeah, we gave you the initial impressions, talked about some of our favorite kills. I wanted to talk a little bit about the actors that were on board here. So David Harbour did an amazing job, I felt, playing Santa Claus, and the way he goes about it, his smirkiness, his cynicism, balanced with his lightheartedness towards kids, he is pretty amazing. And I didn't know the closing credits of this movie, the song they chose was chosen by David's wife, who's Lily Allen. If you guys, do you remember Lily Allen? She had the song, like she had that one hit. She's a one-hit wonder, but she put out an amazing pop song probably like early 2000s. Pretty sweet looking babe too. His fucking Viking background and the sledgehammer, skull crusher, love all of that. That is a great little tidbit to throw in Santa. You make him a little bit darker, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know. I enjoyed that bit. Leguizamo. So Leguizamo? Are you sure?
So I've always heard it pronounced.
Okay, you say a lot of different names weird. So
yeah, but this is, I mean, in movie trailers and interviews and
Leguizamo. Okay, that's just fun to say. I appreciated him in this role because he's had a couple other serious roles. This one was pretty decent for him. He played a serious character. He landed it. There's a reference to where was it? There was a lot of Die Hard references in this. So Scrooge references. He says a line that Hans Gruber uses when he says, did you watch too many action movies? He used that straight up. There's Nothing Lasts Forever is the book. There's the this isn't part of Leguizamo, but
yeah, he mentions the writer's last name.
Thorpe.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was a cool little bit. Past Leguizamo, we got Leah Brady, who plays Trudy. She was young May in The Acolyte. I knew I recognized her, but I didn't know why.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not.
It's young May from The Acolyte that we were saying how much we love.
Now that I'm looking at her photo, yeah, that's her.
I didn't recognize her at first. But my favorite, he is just he's gingerbread, is Andre Erickson. And the reason I want to talk about Andre Erickson is because I need to start looking at these bios on IMDb more often, because some of the shit's fucking hilarious. He literally made a whole bio that is completely bullshit. As an activist, Andre ran with the Bulls in Pamplona. The Bulls took him in as one of their own, and during the event, Andre rammed and injured several participants in the name of his herd. This goes on. There's more as far as he basically steals a whole bunch of different movie synopses and puts them in his bio. This thing is, I'm not going to read all that, but you can see
long.
it's so fucking
It's
funny
like 5
though.
paragraphs.
But I read through it and I hadn't laughed that hard in a while.
The guy that played his name is Brendan Fletcher. His character name was Krampus. He was like the one that was main in the room guarding.
The short guy. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He was in The Revenant, and he was one of the main characters in Freddy vs. Jason.
So I do remember that. Now that you say that, but the reason that character in this movie stuck with me a little bit was because no one else wanted to touch the dude's balls, and he's like, "I'll do it," and he just runs over like he's gonna pull his balls out. I'm like, the Nutcracker scene, that was something. Yeah, but I don't know. There was lots of good little staff nods in there, these cast nods, and I appreciated it. I was here for a lot of it.
The cast in this was, I mean, they were all pretty great. I mean, David Harbour, I mean, everybody knows him from Stranger Things and now the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Now it's been a couple of years.
Yeah,
now,
well, he's still got the Thunderbolts coming out, so he's getting ready to be in that. I enjoyed him, and a lot of people are going to hate me for this one. I enjoyed him as Hellboy.
Oh, I did too. I didn't mind it.
I loved the Hellboy, and I was pretty sad that we didn't get a follow-up Hellboy movie with him.
It's because fanboys ruin everything.
Because everybody wanted Ron Perlman back so bad. They ruined it. But I thought he was great as Hellboy.
Yeah, I was not put off by it.
And then John Leguizamo. I mean, one of my favorite roles he ever did was Clown. And Spawn.
Clown was good. Did you happen to notice the name of the catering company truck?
Yeah, it was
Farkas and Dill, and they were the bullies in A Christmas Story.
Yep.
I was impressed by that one. I liked that a lot too. Let's see what else. What's some of your favorite moments from this?
I really thought that maybe it's because of me being a little older now. I liked how Dad thought on his feet to go look for the walkie-talkie to make her feel better.
Yeah,
because he didn't take care of her for Christmas. I thought that was actually wrote really well. You know, I don't know. Like, I mean, all of the fight scenes were really good. Nothing was overdone in my opinion, because if that's my problem with half the movies you guys like. I just feel like everything just gets overdone.
Mm-hmm.
This was for lack of a better term, it is a realistic movie. So shit like this happens, or could happen.
Well, except for Santa Claus doing magic, go up through a chimney.
That's besides that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there are people out there with that much money, and there are people planning to go take it. And and the way everything went through there, except for him going up the chimney, everything was pretty. One of my favorite parts was when they kept reaching in the bag, and they're like, "What in the hell?" Because it just wouldn't stop.
Oh yeah, the magic bag.
Like, that cracked me up.
I like that he had a backup one too, because the one got burned, and when the sleigh showed up and Mrs. Claus had the note in it with the backup bag, I was like, okay, all right. Yeah,
that was. Yeah. There were little things all through the movie that some things I'm not thinking of right now. That was one of them. I was like, that was a nice little touch. You went and brought my extra.
Different movie, same premise, kind of what you're talking about. But my son and I thoroughly enjoy Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2 on Netflix. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, and there's little things they do as well that I felt were really well done in that vein.
But I didn't think anything was overly done. I didn't think anything was too gruesome. I mean, honestly, I thought, and this might surprise both of you, but I actually thought the writers, when they thought of putting it in where he slipped and the nail went, I was like, that was actually gross, but that was pretty
saw
cool.
that
When he
coming.
pulls his head up and
Yeah.
he was totally. I like that. That was good.
I saw that coming, but it didn't change the fact that it was
Well,
fantastic.
Well, you know, and it was a good nod to Home Alone.
Yeah, well, that whole scene.
But and he's like, I'm looking right at, and then all of a sudden, and I'm like, ha.
Even when Dad gets in the car and she's quoting Home Alone to him because
Yeah.
she just saw it, that was cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that whole scene with all the booby traps that she built was just, that whole scene was great.
She's listed as one of the kills on the kill count.
Yeah.
By the way, kill count 64, 41 of which are Santa. Thought that was impressive. And the naughty and nice list.
that was actually a really
That
nice
was
touch.
rad how it would pull, like, it's like whoever he's thinking about or looking at, you just pull it open and it'd tell them. And Trudy was nice, obviously, but all the hitmen, as they kept coming in, he'd look up all the stuff on them, and it was quality. Some of the little taglines, I don't remember them all, but they were funny shit.
Oh yeah, the one on John was funny. I
Yeah.
can't remember everything that was wrote in there, but yeah, I was reading as many as I could, as quick as I could, and that was done pretty well. Unlike half the movies you guys make me watch.
A lot of stuff is done pretty well in the movies that
No,
we.
it's not done well. You just enjoy it because you're fucked.
No, we have open minds. You got to try and open your mind a little to accept certain things and new things, and maybe you'll have a little more adventure.
Sometimes you got to
James.
use your imagination because they don't have a
I watch
budget.
SpongeBob every night when I go to bed now. That's what I've been watching to fall asleep. You know how hard it is to fall asleep in here?
Don't put SpongeBob on.
I'm just trying to fall asleep and not think.
Straight up, not gonna lie, I have two different things I'll fall asleep to: Ancient Aliens, or I listen to the different fucking tuning fork frequencies on YouTube, because it fucking relaxes the fuck out of me and I fall
So
asleep.
when Heather came up for the City Release show, we're staying at my parents, and they took the fan out of the bedroom, just put a light. I'm like, God damn it! And she always needs the fan on. And more for the noise because it's just so quiet.
That's my wife.
I
does the same thing.
downloaded a fan, and in the morning when I turned it off, she goes. When I finally turned it off, she went, "Oh wow, that really did help." Like, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna save that on my phone in case we stay at a hotel." And you know, like it worked.
Oh no,
pretty good.
we've got a Vornado or whatever the V thing is, but it's like this big of a fan, and it sits in the nightstand, and then we have to take that with us in the luggage every time, and yeah.
Go on tour with Kegan.
This
This motherfucker
kid,
is clamping fans to the side of the mattress.
I've seen your guys'
In
videos
a
with it.
fucking
Yeah.
hotel.
he literally goes in a truck stop and comes out with a fan.
Like, look, you ever listen to Rover's Morning Glory?
Yeah.
Remember all the stories of Jeffrey's kid and the fans and being autistic? This is Kegan. Like he every truck stop, he's look at this fan, dude. We were in where was that really bad Target? Do you remember what city that was? You were like, this Target sucks.
It was in L.A.
We were in L.A. at a Target, and me and Kegan went to a different place, and then we went into a sports store. I just want to see if there's any decent shoes. First thing he finds is fan, and I just took a picture. I'm looking at it and sent it to the group chat. And I'm like, this fucking kid and his fans. He's got like 6 of them in his bunk.
And one started rattling, so had to get like tools. He went and bought a tool
He bought
set
a tool set to fix it
to like adjust it.
because
And
tape
stuff.
wasn't working.
So since we're talking about Kegan, I'll do a little segue here and take a little pause from the movie. So a few days after this episode airs, there'll be a wonderful show in Lakewood at the Mercury Music Lounge where my band, Brothers in Arms, actually gets to open up for these guys and a plethora of other amazing musicians, warm up the stage for them. And pretty excited to end the year on a positive note and play with these guys again. And should be cool. So make sure you're there. By the time this airs, it might be sold out though. So who knows? We'll see.
If it's not sold out, get your tickets now because why not?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that day for a week now. And being that we play in Columbus the night before, I'm going to come home, sleep as long as I can, go sound check, go back to the house, sleep as long as I can. And as soon as the stage is done, I'm driving straight back to Florida.
Okay.
So while you guys are all, what a great night. Going to
Definitely-
sleep.
I'm going to enjoy the end of the year, and that'll be the note before we go into the holiday.
I'm just trying to get home for Christmas as fast as possible.
Totally get it. That absolutely makes sense. Yeah, Heather is not going to be up for this one. Okay.
Her mom flies in on the 20th. So she's getting a couple days with mom.
Totally understand.
Yeah, I probably won't get to go see my kids until after New Year.
I'm sorry.
So,
That sucks. I give death threats to my kids if they're not at my house for brunch. So.
Well, we got everyone coming to us because it's our last Florida Christmas. So
We're filming this actually in advance of Thanksgiving. So sorry to give away some timelines with this, but we've got like I think 20 plus people coming to the house for Thanksgiving, and then we do the Christmas brunch too. So 20 plus.
Thanksgiving, it's just me and Heather. We're going to Disney Springs like we always do.
To give some context, James and I are actually on tour right now. So
While you're seeing this, so that's definitely real. So, but don't worry, we're still tuned into the lives. We're there, all right. So back to Violent Night though. This is one of those ones that, like Krampus, because last year was the first time I saw this. The same time around when we watched Krampus. This and Krampus are instant classics and adds to my Christmas collection with the house, and we'll be viewing these multiple times. Love this movie, start to finish. Was a big fan. Especially the Viking element. I love that fucking piece.
the Viking element was really cool.
I like that. And I like how at the end the girl mentioned the name of the what do you call
Skull
it?
Crusher.
Skull Crusher.
Oh yeah.
I just thought this movie was actually really well. There's not very many movies that start to finish I go, that was good. Like there's another movie that we're going to talk about on another episode for me that came out this year that I'm like, I needed that this year. That was a good movie. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, this one's one that I kind of wish I didn't sit on for the last 2 years.
So I'm going to ask you this.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Which one do you like better, Fat Man or Violent Night?
I like this one better.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I prefer I prefer Fat Man.
No, I like this one. I liked him better as Santa.
So this one has
There are
more
two
of
different kinds of
It-
Santa.
yeah,
this
for
one,
sure.
This one had more. The pace was better.
I like that this one was not like, so Fat Man to me is more like if there was a real world Santa, because he just kind of was strong when it mattered. There wasn't too much magic to it. It was more of a real approach, even to the contract with the government and doing all those things. So I got it. I understood that one. But yeah, there are definitely two different types of movies.
Well, yeah, and Fat Man feels a lot more real compared to this, but even though it has elves and all this other things in it, but to me, I think it may be why I like Fat Man a little better than this is Fat Man feels more independent, where Violent Night feels a little more polished and more
For sure.
Hollywood.
I can agree with that.
So.
Yeah. But I also think there was that element of more of a reality for the other one.
The pacing on it, I just like how it was. That's kind of
Kept
where I'm
it
at
going.
now. Like if it's I'm getting if I end up doing this, I might as well shut it off. And I started watching that movie with my phone in my hand going, and I went and kept watching my iPad because it did draw me in. Where most stuff anymore, I'm half and half.
Dude, I fucking love the whole bar scene when he's sitting in there and he's like, he goes, "I'm still vertical, so there's that." Like when he said that, I was like, I love this band. And the fact that he gives the bartender a gift for her grandson, and he talks about the other grandson, and then she's like, "Wait, how do you know that?" He starts leaving. He's going to the roof. Wait, that goes to the roof, and she follows him up just to get puked on. Santa does a flyby throw up onto the bartender, and she's still smiling. She was like, "Santa threw up on me." Like, it was like, what? But it was funny. It was good.
Anybody look at box office?
Yes.
I did too.
Yes.
Yeah, right here. Did you look at box office?
I did, but I don't remember the numbers.
You're the one who used to come in with the box office
my
guy.
computer broke, and you said your brother's too busy to.
You know, actually, remind me to show you pictures later. That's
I believe
been
it.
interesting. That's been a.
But
So yeah, this movie had a $20 million budget.
which
crushed.
actually seems a little low, in my opinion.
It's all stationary except for the bar. It's all in one scene.
It's really just all one location. So I mean, no, I think the budget's probably about right.
Well, think about it like this too, though. Like David Harbour is not a small time actor, so neither is John Leguizamo. So it had to be even
Beverly
smaller than that.
D'Angelo's not. She's
No,
not cheap.
it had to
anymore.
be smaller than that unless there was agreements made to take pay cuts because these are all big name actors. They had to be getting paid a nice chunk of that. So
Yeah.
if that was the budget, most of the budget wasn't even towards the movie. It was towards the actors. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
U.S. numbers?
I just had the box office up right here, which was I've got 76.6 million.
That was global. And
Yeah.
then U.S. and Canada was 50 mil.
Yeah.
So it did well. Did very well. And the producer was the one that I read that comment from about they're definitely working towards that sequel. So that's all good stuff.
Yeah, I saw that they're in talks of or working on doing a sequel, so I'd be interested in seeing a sequel to this.
I would too. I think it's kind of like
As long as it's him as Santa.
yeah, for sure.
If he's not Santa, I'm out.
If they,
I'm sure they wouldn't do it without him.
yeah, I wouldn't.
I just don't. You never know. There's instead of delaying a year because maybe he's doing something else, they'll do something stupid.
Well, he's wrapping up. I guess he's probably completely wrapped up filming Stranger Things, so he's probably got some time.
Yeah, we'll start seeing some more stuff out of him. And to your point of Thunderbolts, my fucking I'm swearing about my son, my 12-year-old. He's like, "Hey, Dad, did you know that that Hopper's a Marvel hero now?" I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "He's kind of like an overweight Russian version of Captain America." He's like, "You could probably be him if you wanted to." I was like, that's one of those moments where I'm like, I can't even like tell the kid he's wrong.
I think you could pull that out. You got the beard and everything, so
He's a much more fit, and he's like 6'3" or 6'4". He's a big dude.
oh no, yeah, he's
Yeah.
a big guy.
I wish I had that height. I'm a stumpy big guy.
How tall are you?
I'm only 5'11".
Only.
I mean, my kid brother, my 6 years younger than me, 6'3", and I'm like, fuck you. Just looking up at him every time. So yeah.
All right, ratings.
I get a 4.5.
Wow.
Nothing's perfect.
Wow. I am pleasantly happy.
I would watch this again.
Wow, that's a massive.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the highest ratings he's given a
Ever.
movie on this show.
Yeah. No, you had. I think. Did you have a perfect 5?
No,
I swear you had one that you thought was close to it.
it's probably Slam and Salmon.
I mean, I remember him rating Fat Man really high. I don't remember what it was, but he's.
I like this one better than Fat Man though, and I
Okay.
like Fat Man.
Well, I'm
But-
happy we picked something that you enjoyed. That's
Took
great.
long enough.
Hey, we're just getting warmed up. What you got?
Well, so
The first time I would have gave it a this, but now that I've watched it again, I gotta go down a little bit.
Dude, you can't even talk shit about him. Every movie we bring it, you're like, oh, what'd you make me watch this time? Oh,
But at
this-
least I'm honest and just done with it in the first one. How many times does he? Be honest. How many times have you liked something the first time more than the second time?
I mean, it happens. So, I mean, this movie's, and I wasn't going to say that. So this movie,
Yes, he was.
no, I really wasn't.
Okay.
I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it the first time. Enjoyed it this time. I think if you like Die Hard, you like the first two Die Hard films,
Hard sucked.
you're probably going to really like this movie because
Yes, I
It's-
just stared at him like I was gonna
this
kill him.
movie is Die Hard 2 with Santa Claus, and it's a lot more brutal with the kills. It's a borderline horror film, and it's definitely a gateway horror film with a lot of the kills.
Gateway. So you're making it like it's like crack.
I'm still
like
waiting for a
pot to
number.
crack.
But I'm gonna put this one at a 3.7.
Okay. This movie has a lot of different layers for me. So like Christmas movies to me, if it brings back a little element of childhood, or if there's any setting where my kids want to sit down and watch a movie with me, I'll do them all day long. This one I didn't get to watch the kids first. I'm hoping to introduce them to it, but definitely a staple in the house moving forward. As I said, I'm excited to introduce this to Noah when he's ready. But those things, Christmas movies matter, I think, in that regard. If you have a group of people you can watch them with and have those moments, it makes it all the more interesting. So for me, I'm not quite as high as James on this, oddly, but I do enjoy it. So I'm going I'm going to go 4.1 nerds for me. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this movie. Love it. It's getting added to I want to find the Steelbook version, add that to the collection, and move along.
It's kind of funny you was talking about letting your son watch this. The first time I watched this, I actually sat down and watched this with my son the first time.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So, but I guess in 2021 he was 16, 17 anyway. So
That's perfect. Yeah.
God, you're old.
So yeah,
I can't say shit.
really he can't either. So.
I keep lying and telling him that he's older than me, but I'm older.
He's almost dead. What are you? Ghost?
Deader.
Deader?
All right. Well, I guess on that
Thank you
note,
for finally picking a movie I didn't mind watching.
thanks for opening your mind a little bit and enjoying it. I think a gateway.
You know what?
Gateway movie.
My only complaint with this movie. Once
Oh.
again, you guys picked something that was not just available to just go stream.
Yeah, it is.
Nope, I had to sign up for a free trial of Stars to be able to see it.
Never mind.
Prime was still Stars.
So my wife did one of those stupid free trials that she didn't forget to cancel. So I have Stars now. So yeah.
That's my complaint. But that's like putting a complaint for the store who delivered the thing that you're reviewing.
Before we wrap, because I'm going to complain about what you just said, but in a different way. I'm enjoying watching some fucking sports right now, and I can't. I'm so figure out what the fuck you're doing, NFL. Sorry, just had to get that off my chest.
Football sucks.
I love it, but you have to like Thursday nights one app, Friday nights another app, Saturday nights that, Sunday you have to NFL ticket. No, just put it on the fucking TV.
Just do what I do.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
There's certain games I
Well,
want
I
to see.
invited him to the hockey game the other day, but he wouldn't come.
I couldn't. I would've
Fourth
loved to.
row, right behind the net.
What was the worst thing about that? I think I told you a reason I couldn't go, and I mixed up my days, so I actually probably could have gone. So
Well, I took my mom. She had a great time. My mom loves hockey, so.
Fair.
And I went to the Cavs game last night. Ran into Bill Zakovic. He was one section over.
he's in my toy group with me, a Neotech.
Oh,
I
dude.
love him. He's great.
Dude, you know he remind me to tell you something about him. His toys, holy shit.
Oh, I know. He's
No.
definitely a huge collector. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know what he sold and what he did. Whew. That's how much shit he had.
3cinenerds@gmail.com. Oh boy, he's getting the shockers back up.
That's the shock. Before it was.
Yeah, it was the reversal. But anyways, yeah, 3cinenerds@gmail.com is our email. Reach out to us, get a hold of us, throw us suggestions, all that fun. And then for your audible listening pleasures, please go to our Facebook bio, check out our link tree. Every platform is there, including our little merch store where, if you want to throw some support and represent with some swag, order that up.
Like, share, subscribe, write a review, go invite your friends.
He didn't say review. He said write a review, so it's still kind of different, but
Same thing.
we're getting there. We're dialing it in.
It only took a year.
Invite your friends. Let's bring more people to the party.
And from the bottom of our hearts, have a Merry Christmas. And bring your ass to the show.
Later.
Later.
Merry
Bye-bye.
Christmas.